I think we are good to go.
Hey, everybody.
I don't think they heard you.
Hey, everybody.
Zoe started off mumbling. Ooh, I ain't gonna be able to catch up. There's a lot.
Everybody wants some springtime.
Yeah.
And now we're buffering.
See, Nico and Natalie, you got that off?
No. Hold on, guys. Don't move.
Okay. Now maybe we're good.
We should not be buffering. Well,
I'm trying to read through a few of the names. I had somebody right after we got off the live the other day. I guess that'd be Sunday. And we had not been off but just a few minutes. And she said, "You're not answering comments except from people you know." No, we know everybody on there. We are not live anymore. So I was trying to look back and just make sure I didn't miss anybody saying anything in particular. I mean, the hellos and all great, but I just wanted to double check and look through there. And I'm going to be looking for that name so that I might can catch them this time. We had just gotten off.
Yes.
And she was commenting, and it was several comments in a row, but she didn't realize that we weren't live anymore. I wasn't answering back, and you weren't answering, so she thought we was ignoring her.
Which we try not to do anybody. They might go fast, but we can see them all.
Usually.
Unless y'all are very chatty. If y'all are very chatty, we might miss a few.
It's okay to miss a few.
Lori said, "Oh goodness, if you have 4 people, you're going to have 5 opinions."
There's Judy.
Ain't Judy? Any baby goats?
I don't know. They're going to have to wait on video.
No baby goats.
No baby goats yet.
I am checking on them all the time. And y'all, we were so worried that she was going to go into labor before we ever got her over there. And then she said, "Gotcha."
True story. Zoe went over to the farm twice and sent me over once to check while we were still working on it. She had gone to pick up the kids, and when I got the straw down and told her I was done with the stall, she wanted me to go back over to the farm and make sure that she had not had them yet. That's how close Zoe was convinced that she was.
Well, y'all heard her breathing was very painful, I guess. I guess she was just sitting in an uncomfortable position, maybe.
She sounded like she was grunting.
She was. And I just felt so bad for her. But now her and Jill are just hanging out.
And neither one of them have done it. Lisa said holding those babies hostage.
Yes.
There's no hostages yet. They're not here. They're staying in and refusing to come out.
Hattie said she bets there's 3, and it's quite possible. I'm betting 2, but she could easily have 3. She's had babies.
Our problem is going to be that she's got to hurry up at this point because our next video needs to be baby goat update.
Well, she are her ligaments loose yet? I tried to check them. I'm just going to say I don't know because I'm not real certain about all that, but I do kind of know how to tell. But then again, I also sat with Daisy for 4 days while we waited on her to have babies.
Oh, gosh,
because I knew it was coming any minute. So.
My nanny's grown when not pregnant.
Yeah.
Not like Belle was.
Now, like.
Fancy
snorts like a pig. She grunts and snorts when she's around you, but Belle is very quiet. She likes to
It's scary watching Zoe when she's thinking.
Yeah, I agree.
Marie wanted to know if we saw Daniel talk about what an older man told him about goats kidding.
And I told you too. I said Daniel said you feed them earlier in the day.
Immediately.
And that's exactly what we did.
Like, Zoe, I was watching the same thing. Well, he said,
and that's exactly
and there's probably
what we did.
Some truth to
we
that.
went ahead and fed them earlier, and
It didn't help.
It didn't. I went early in the morning before we ever take the kids to school and check them. And oh goodness,
Catherine did not let Daisy get pregnant again.
Well, she's gonna be a grandma because
Jill is pregnant.
Jill has. When I get the opportunity to mess with them and stuff while they're eating, the ones who are very heavy, I see milk bags form, and I go ahead and try to see if there's any expression, and Jill had expression. So we'll just have to see hers. She may come before Belle. I haven't tried Belle's. Belle's just the most uncomfortable looking.
Bless her heart. She was sitting on her hind end with her legs open like a pig.
No, like a pig.
You remember the pigs used to sit like that when they were really, really pregnant?
That's right.
I saw that Jill was acting like her mama ran around the building.
Yes, she did.
Jill had to make a lap around the barn.
Just above the tail will feel like a squishy ball. That's kind of what I thought too. I'm going to check again tomorrow and see when I'm a little more confident.
She'll deliver at the most inconvenient time for you or in the dark. Well, that's a fact.
They typically do at night. We usually go out in the morning and they will have babies on the ground.
Gypsy had hers while you were gone to town that day. You had been at the farm and you left to go to town, and I was moving stuff with the tractor. When I got back down there, she had babies. There they were.
Yeah.
She said, yeah, but Daniel doesn't watch them all the time. Well,
yeah,
we really can't watch them all the time.
Yeah.
Zoe checks on them in the mornings on her way to work, and then she's out there as soon as she gets off.
But we do have extremely cold weather coming, so it's definitely going to be when that's here.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to wait until we get that crappy weather Monday, and then they'll have them.
If you squeeze the base of her tail with your finger and your thumb, and they touch her ligaments, her ligaments are completely loose and she could kid. So if I can, let me see, if I can touch finger like with just some skin between, that would mean her ligaments are all the way loose, right? Is that what she's telling me? Is that what you're telling me?
I guess. I've never heard that.
Oh, I knew.
I know nothing about that.
I knew that when there's that sunk in spot right above, I knew that much.
But I don't know about the other part.
The goats are having the babies at the most convenient time for them when they are least likely to be bothered. Yes.
Yep. Pretty much. The bad part is that everybody's going to be wanting a baby goats update, and we'll have a video come out on Saturday, and it's not going to have baby goats because the cold front won't get here till Monday. And that's when we'll get baby goats. It'll be 10 degrees when baby goats hit the ground.
Yes, and we'll be a
And I don't know if y'all noticed it or not on the video, because Zoe said that we were going to put a heat lamp in there. Well, I was looking at the weather, and it was relatively mild all week. It was getting in high 20s. Was for the lows at night and staying up in the 50s during the day. And I was like, with those regular bulbs going and the wind blocked off of them in straw, there was no need to add the risk of a heat lamp. Even if I had run the cord all the way across the top like I planned on and have it hanging from the ceiling, all that, and little bitty short Nigerian dwarf goats, they would have found a way to cause a problem, and we would have run the risk of a fire.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do that risk until we absolutely have to.
Right.
And then I've got to figure out how we make sure that everything is up out of the way, that Jack can't bother it, goats can't bother it, and be as safe as possible. But there was no reason to add that extra risk
and
with the
it's
temperatures
actually,
not being too
yeah,
cold.
and it's warm in there. You know, they're out of the weather. I mean, the barn is a barn, but they still don't have the cross breeze and all that. It's covered, and every time I go in, I think, oh, this is pleasant. You know, it's nice in there.
Yeah, I think they're going to be fine. So we did not do the heat lamp thing. But starting Monday, when the temperatures drop and we have a couple of days that it doesn't get above freezing, especially if we have babies on the ground, then we'll have to reevaluate that, which is going to mean I've got a light ready. There is a light in there and ready. It was from the brooder. It's ready to go, but I just did not do it yet. But I have figured out a way to go around that corner and have it away from Jack, because Jack is the problem.
He is so nosy.
Well, he would be the only one that could potentially get it because of the height of the plug.
Right.
I can run the cord all the way up in the ceiling, but it's still got to come down the wall to the plug, and I don't want him messing with it from there.
Yeah, we probably go through that door.
I'm going through the door and running it straight across so that he can't get to the plug cord or anything.
Yeah.
He might just have to stand there and look at it.
He would too, because he would not know what that is, and he needs to make sure it's not going to get him.
W. Washington said hello from Birmingham.
Hi.
I'm seeing everybody saying hello. I'm not ignoring you. We're just yapping here.
No baby goats yet. But I told you today, whew, that baby goat count might click on up pretty quick.
Yeah, she picked out 2 more that were pregnant.
Well, very pregnant. Not just
very pregnant. They're all probably bred.
They're just very pregnant.
I don't think Fancy or Littlefoot.
None of the little ones.
That's a good thing.
None of the little ones are.
That's a good thing.
It's all our big mamas.
Well, did Allie? You know, Allie is full grown, but she is still
Allie's
so little. Dotted. She's so little.
I think so.
But she's getting fat.
Yeah, I don't think Oreo is.
Allie is the little one that we got from Cassie at Walker Farm Fam. And I've always wondered, why is Allie so tiny? She's little.
Uh-huh.
And she's starting to get fat.
Yeah, she is. I'm pretty certain she is.
Have you got names ready?
No,
we're just going to start calling them goat.
No. We're
going to put numbers in their ears. They're not going to have names.
No, we're going to name them. We got to see them and pet them and see how they are.
You got to have some reason for naming them what you name. We don't have it ahead of time.
Yeah,
except for some of these last ones you come up with. I'm not real sure why you would call a goat Banjo. I don't know where that came from.
I like Banjo.
How many goats do we have?
19?
17.
17.
I watched Nick and the boys riding that monster truck in circles. I'm gonna use Zoe. That would make me lose my mullet.
Well, and I was not dressed to go on a monster truck.
You were wearing jeans and boots, the same thing I had on.
I was wearing my new boots, and I did not want to get up there and get mud slung on them.
It didn't sling you mud. You had more chance of getting mud on you just walking around like we were than riding in that truck.
Edie said you could name one Edie. Name the goats number 1, number 2, number 3.
Hello from Southern California, Mojave Desert.
Ooh.
Well, California would be a scary place to be the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But it is also a good indication of why you're about to see control burn videos. Because I do not want to have to deal with those types of things. And those guys out there fighting that are in a losing battle with the kind of winds they're dealing with. They're got their backs against the wall. So you just have to pray for everybody involved in that, and at least hope the guys that are fighting it make it out of there okay. People are going to lose their homes, and people that are not evacuating may lose their lives. too
No
much to say about
upside.
that. There's no good side to that. Name the goats number 1, number 2, number 3. See, Neil, that's what I'm saying. Go on and just pop numbers in their ears. That would be boring.
Stephanie says, look up how to make a kid heat hut, just in case you do end up with baby goats during a cold spell. That's what we use for ours, and it's super safe. We screw the heat hut to a wall to keep it safe. Okay.
I'll check on that.
Name it Frazzle and Dazzle. That's cute.
We don't know what we have yet.
We can name one Miss Fritz and what's the one? Oh, that's the Magic School Bus.
People were talking about your cakes.
So I didn't post them on I didn't post them on YouTube because when I put pictures on YouTube, I have to crop them, and then I couldn't get my cakes to look right. So, but yeah, for those of you that are just on YouTube, I posted pictures of all my cakes over the last year or so, and I didn't realize that I had done so many. So,
Name a female Zoe. No, we're waiting on a different kind of animal named Zoe. What's Judy said? Dan Arms. We're gonna name a goat Dan Arms. She said she's like 70 miles from the fires. No smoke, but definitely they are heartbreaking. Ed, how many days we got? I need your count. Ed always has a count for us. What about those heat plates they make for chickens? We have a couple of those. I just don't think they would be very effective in a stall that size for goats. It's worth a shot if we came down to it, but we have a safe way to put up the lights, I feel like. It's just anytime you do something like that, you're adding more risk.
Yeah.
That's just part of it. I'm not going to do anything that, we're just waiting on a fire to break out. It's just that you have that risk if you're not very careful. Coggill has a pig named Loretta. Lester has a cow. Cassie has a donkey. Now Nick and Zoe need a goat named Loretta. Cassie has a donkey named Loretta.
This is all the female country singers.
I've forgotten all about her having a donkey named Loretta. We can't name something Loretta. We've already got dogs named the same thing.
We do.
We have a Holly and a Bandit.
Judy said Daniel Arms fed the goats early morning so the nannies would kid in the afternoon.
We didn't. And both of them, we had named them before they got those dogs. Yeah. We just ended up that way. They had no idea we had a Bandit and a Holly already. 65, they had said.
All right. There's Christy and Scott.
Dana wants a bacon channel.
I would love to do that. It just would be inconsistent. I just hate to say it like that, but it would just be inconsistent.
Name Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
That's cute too. We can name them White, Dark, and Milk.
What?
White, Dark, and Milk. My favorite thing is chocolate.
You're doing chocolate. Bring the mama and baby inside your house. PM, you bring the goats inside your house.
I've tried
Not bring them inside my house.
I've tried that.
Look, we had 3. Was it 3 or 4?
4.
4 baby goats, bottle baby goats at one time in this house. And I hope that never happens again, ever. We had 4 of them, y'all, at once. Goodness. Without getting too personal, where y'all staying? We are staying in Locust Grove, Ed. I wouldn't want to put it out too specific, but you'll send me a message, I'll let you know. But we're staying in Locust Grove. We usually stay right there in Pryor at the Hotel Pryor.
But it was sold out.
But they were already booked up, and I wasn't in a hurry, and we are staying at the same place we stayed for the auction.
Animal auction, yeah.
It's the same place we stayed at for the auction. Larry, Moe, and Kirby.
That's cute.
Hansel and Gretel.
I
We've had that before.
No, I tried to get that before.
I remember that coming up before sometime.
Yeah, but I didn't. We couldn't remember that. Like
Thomas said his wife loves your cooking videos.
Actually, we were going to do Hansel and Gretel for the Peacock and Peahen. And we decided to do Oakley and Pony.
Well, we did it on a vote.
Yes, but we had talked about Hansel and Gretel.
Lorraine forgot we were on again.
Of course.
She missed and wanted to know if we were talking about Belle having her babies. No, Belle is waiting on the next cold snap before she has her babies. That way we can be out there trying to round up babies when it's 10 degrees.
Well, at least we know that they're just going to be snuggled in.
Dana said any recipe you can share would be wonderful. Well, Dana, I have done my best to try to get Zoe to post them on the website, and she keeps telling me she will, and I don't think they are. But we're in the process of having you a collection of recipes all together.
Cake and frosting.
We're working on it.
We can name one cake and one frosting.
Sue said, hi guys, I'm coming in on 2 wheels.
Ooh, cookie and frosting. That would be cute.
Is anyone else's sound crackling? If not, what do I need to do?
Goodness. I might have to back out and come back in.
I don't know, Donald. We'd have to have somebody else tell you that. It's a good possibility we may have been. We never know. Our internet is so crappy, we don't know if it is or not.
Yes.
Everybody says the sound's cracking. Great. Isn't that wonderful?
Okay, well, let me turn us back on Wi-Fi.
Okay, do it.
Hold on, I'm not disappearing, but I am. Hold on.
All right, y'all sit tight.
Connect to that one. Okay.
Okay. How's the sound now?
Stand by. Hold on.
Holding on.
We'll give it a
Is
second.
it better now?
Rough. Worse. Same.
Worse? Same. Zoe, I think it's your phone.
You know, it might be. Do you want
It's
to
the
flip
same.
the computer over?
Oh, Lord. No, still bad.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
We can't swap it over to mine, can we?
Just keep talking.
No, we're not going to keep making them listen to crackling.
Y'all, this is crazy. No, because you ain't logged in.
Well, do we just go to the computer?
Okay, look. Okay, hold on.
Lord, here we go again.
Pause for an intermission. Hold on. The screen.
Don't swap it.
The screen is going to go off for just a second, but we are still here. Please hold. Yeah, this looks. Oh, I gotta turn that off.
All right, how is it now? The camera's probably crappy, but You shouldn't have an echo now. She had to turn her phone part off. I really think we should have left the camera on yours and just turned the mic on the computer and left the camera on your phone.
I don't know. That's too much. But everybody likes this. It's better. So let's.
You are green.
I don't care right now. Much better. Everybody's happy except
Good.
you. So we'll keep going.
Well, you're green.
I am kind of weird colored. Maybe it's just on our end.
Maybe. Hey, is the picture really bad?
Yeah, this is
fine,
funny.
But color off on Zoe. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, I look sick.
You
and
look
I'm looking
really
down,
weird.
So I look really old now. Little too much light.
Oh Lord. Well, that's at least you're not glowing. Renee said, "No, you're green."
I look pale. That's because I am. She's not green on my end. She is a little pale.
Whatever.
Okay.
I was brave letting Zoe near technology. Well, the last time she tried to do that adjustment, she ended the live.
I did. This time I didn't press any buttons. I just turned my phone off.
So y'all just forgive the picture. It's going to be crappy because this webcam is not meant for broadcasting anything from. This is a gamer computer.
Yeah.
Zoe's an angel. Bless your heart for thinking that.
Have you been?
Ed wants to know you've been taking your iron.
That's because I'm pale.
He wants to know if you've been taking.
I have. I've been taking my iron and my beef.
Look
organs.
At Debbie. Debbie used my old saying. Good enough for government work.
Okay. Do we have baby goats yet? No, not yet. We're still waiting.
I hope that you get to see them on the video for Saturday, but I'm not making any promises.
Yeah.
Got to pray some new equipment down to you guys. I need to tell them the computer story one day.
Okay.
And I'm not going to have all the details, but I'm going to sit down and tell them the story one day. It's a relatively new computer. It's just not a very good camera. It's not meant to be a very good camera. But it has all the storage and a lot of speed we need for making our videos, just not using the camera for it. But there's a story behind it, and it does involve praying. So I may need to tell you that story one day on a video.
Why is your face so crisp? I have a nice, expensive Alienware computer that I never use the built-in webcam. Always a cheap USB HD webcam. We actually have one, but I was not going to make you guys wait any longer.
Well, that's what we used to use on the laptop was an external webcam because this camera's not very good. But we've finally decided just to use the phone and hook it in through the laptop, and that has worked okay, except for when we have crappy internet, which is all the time. Jimmy said, "No time like the present." Well, I'm going to make a video out of it, Jimmy, because it's a lot of story.
Lorraine,
it's not just a computer. There's a whole lot of story.
Did her box come yet?
I don't know. I haven't been in the post office.
I checked it yesterday, and it was not here.
Well, Lorraine, I wouldn't be too worried yet. It was well after New Year's, and we were still getting Christmas cards.
Yeah, I'm still getting Christmas
cards. So I wouldn't be that concerned about it. Zoe shipped something to Nashville, and it went to Nashville, to Chattanooga, back to Nashville. I don't know where it was actually. Where was it trying to get?
Nashville.
Okay. So, yeah, it's weird stuff. Who's the Red Devils? Ed, that's the football team I coach.
Yeah, that's the boys' football team.
Nick put on his makeup while he looks good. Maybe it's just the fact Zoe has on all her makeup and she's reflecting light.
I am.
But Ed, that's the youth program that we moved into this year or last season.
Yeah. We had Easter eggs on the shelves of our stores by the 5th of January. Yep. They were putting out Valentine candy on Christmas Eve.
Yep.
As the shelves were emptying of Christmas stuff, they were steadily stocking in Valentine stuff because, somebody's going to run out there and they couldn't find what they wanted on the Christmas, so they'll just buy Valentine's candy.
Claudia said that's Jersey Devils hockey. I've never been much of a hockey fan. I don't know anything about the sport. Just that I didn't send it with shipping. That would have cost another $10.
God.
Every time I send stuff to Judy at Sneed's farmhouse, it gets lost in Birmingham for a week.
Yes, I believe that.
Well, that's just Birmingham. Anything that goes into Birmingham gets lost for a while. One time I mailed my dad Christmas goodies on December 23rd, and he got it on February 17th.
Oh, man.
Golly.
She said this didn't send, it was tracking.
Oh. It was crazy seeing the Easter eggs sitting on the shelves next to the discounted Christmas stuff. Some of these stores are completely out of control. They were putting out Christmas stuff before Halloween.
Yes.
I was like, y'all need to slow down a little bit. There it is.
Oh, it's not the first one.
Oh, I knew there wasn't no doubt it was. Judy Cole said, did I miss anything?
Just
well,
the
heck
fly
yeah.
on his head.
We've been rattling off all sorts of stuff for the last 32 minutes.
Where he said you need a winter coat and all stores have bikinis.
Yes. I pointed that out to Zoe Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday. Walmart had bikinis out. I said, Zoe, is that bikinis? She said, yep. Why do they have those out in January?
Kayla just overnighted something that didn't arrive for 3 days. That's why I never pay, even when I need it real bad, I will never pay the rush because it would get here just as fast as if I paid regular.
So, Kayla, this is a true story. I order parts and things for a living. And I was told directly, and I won't say which company, but you'll be able to guess it, I'm sure, because it's the crappiest one that exists, that if I paid for overnight delivery, that did not guarantee it arriving the next day. And I said, well, you're going to have to tell me just exactly what the heck that means then. If you're going to charge me $117 for overnight and you can't guarantee me getting it the next day. And he said, all it does is guarantee that we speed it up a little bit. Directly out of this jerk's mouth. But it didn't guarantee it coming in. Then why do y'all call it overnight?
Mm-hmm. I mean, somebody working overnight put their hand on it.
Indianapolis packages often are on hold of 7 to 10 days.
Neil said that saying Christmas comes but once a year needs to say Christmas comes once a year and lasts 4 months.
Yeah, if they can make some money off of it. Maybe they think just looking at the bikini will make you feel like it's summer and
maybe
you won't be cold.
So. Maybe it's an incentive of what's to come, or what is not an incentive.
Donna said for folks going on cruises and inside pools.
That's a good idea. I thought having an inside pool.
Jennifer, you are correct. Yeah, Kayla, they charge for that exponentially. It is very expensive for overnight. So the only way to guarantee something getting there the next day is to not use a shipping company, to use a hotshot driver, a courier. If you need it there the next day, you have to call a third-party courier or a hotshot driver. And they will guarantee they're going to be there. But it is sure enough expensive.
Uh-oh. It's got
noises outside and spuds on high alert. Uh-oh. Doesn't work. Loretta makes me colder.
Her mom can send her something from Kentucky, and it takes 2 weeks to get to Lower Alabama.
What's Claudia talking about? It was with the Epiphany. She talking about it just now being Christmas being over.
Christmas tide in the Catholic Church only ended this past weekend with it being the Epiphany.
We used to put Christmas stock out so that low-income earners could lay by things. Not everyone can afford to buy it outright. Lorraine, I get that, no doubt. That would be like layaway.
Oh. They still make layaway?
They do the same with the winter stuff being out in the heat of summer. Then by the time winter gets here, we can't find any winter stuff. You're right.
The Three Kings. Hey, Barbara.
Her dad had to throw all her goodies away. I
can only imagine.
Oh, let me pee in that because a lot of y'all not. I don't know. They may not be hitting the thumbs up because we just rattling on about nothing.
Our signal keeps going out
because our internet's crappy. They ain't gonna hit the like button. Barbara says she made the live. I have seen a ton of people still asking about their truck getaway this weekend. You hit it vaguely about riding in it. And I made sure that they could see his facial expressions when we were in there. Chance was pretty cool about it. He was just smiling.
Yeah.
Rhett got a little nervous.
He did.
There a few minutes.
His
and
little eyes
Chance was kind of laughing at him. But those two sitting in the stands were like laser focused on everything happening.
Yeah.
Guess the Walkers are busy now. Jacob, they might be. I'm not really sure.
Game.
Well, it's Wednesday night. They're probably at church.
Yeah. Journey along with Jen said, here packages go to the wrong address. I don't know which is worse, late or missing. Missing for sure. At least late, I still got a shred of hope that it's going to show up at some point.
Lorraine says she loved watching their faces. So I think it was probably when the side-by-side flipped in the race.
Oh, that was so funny.
And you were videoing the racing. And I looked over and like in unison, both of them's mouth flew open. But it was the same way when the wheel come off. Both of them did the same thing. But they were both laser focused. They did not take their eyes off of anything going on. I have to hit the like button in the very beginning or I'll get into all the live video and forget.
There's Mr. John from the bourbon capital of the world.
Hey, it's been a little while since we've seen John on here, but I always remember when he comes in. I saw where they have cabins up there like bourbon barrels.
Lorraine said, was the wheel coming off planned?
No.
He was actually in the middle of a stunt.
He was in the middle of his freestyle round. And he didn't get to finish.
It was the end. Everybody did their last little showing off.
Yeah.
But he sheared that tire, that rim or whatever right off. And it was like, well, that's done for now. And they still had another show to do. So I said, oh, gosh.
Yeah, they were doing another show in a couple of hours. So everybody was gathered around it in a race to get it repaired.
Yes. I was waiting for a bed to be delivered, and they tried to deliver it to the wrong house 3 times. On the 3rd time, I saw the van and jumped out in front of it as I was about to go past. Oh, no.
Hey, I'm sleeping on the floor.
Yeah. Mojo's Mama B finally made it. About half of y'all are slacking. Miss Londa knows.
Now, I can't see the exact count.
We can only see Facebook's count.
What we can see is not even updated for that. It shows us 27.
Yeah.
But a moderator would be able to. Adventures with me and moderator, what is your farm name.
Oh, it's Adventures with Me and T. It just has, you can't see the rest of it, and there's not the rest of it. That's it. Adventures with Me and T.
Yeah.
They're seeing numbers. So.
Yeah, they'll see stuff we won't see.
So, yeah, YouTube. The count stops once I click like.
When the wheel fell off, I even yelled, "Oh no." Hello, Juno.
Yeah.
Now, she's talking about how many's watching.
137.
We were talking about the number of likes.
See, we can only see.
We can see 27 likes.
Yeah. Which is only Facebook. It's only showing us thumbs up and hearts on Facebook.
Yeah.
I gotta reach.
I already hit it, Lisa said.
Ooh.
I already hit it. That's something you would say.
Marketing at this time is all about taxes and losing weight. The bikinis are guilt you into buying weight loss. That makes so much sense.
Yeah, but Tanya, you would think they would want to sell all that Valentine's candy first.
Before that's because everybody's gonna fall off the diet
before they sell all the bikinis.
Joni said, "What grade is Mackenzie in?" She is in 10th grade. She'll be turning 16 in April.
Edie said, "I hit the thumbs up every time. Does that mean I can get a goat named after me?"
Look,
we should be able to do that. It's not going to work, baby. You're not on iPhone. We hang little cards for needy children and adults' names on them with requests for Christmas, and prisoners can pick and buy a wrap and put under the tree, and then volunteers deliver them. Yeah.
Yep.
Like an angel tree.
Yes. Your work does angel trees.
2 of them. I see people giving me the numbers on the thumbs up. Sorry, I typed too slow to new subject. Claudia, I still read it off. It doesn't matter. I read it off anyway. It doesn't make any difference to me.
Too, Edie.
What?
She likes everything too.
Oh, Susan and Edie need goats named after them. We did have one of our first viewers, somebody that was on our lives from the very first one. We had a pig named after her, and that was at her request. You remember that?
Who?
Aunt Lucy.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Wes over at Big Family Small Farm. His aunt was one of the first to watch us because when we first started doing lives, we came on right after Big Family Small Farm. So people could watch Wes and Angie, and then they watched us, and then Cog Hill was on after us.
That's back on Sunday. That was Sunday early afternoon.
And that was when we first started. And his aunt was one of the first ones watching, and she got us to name a pig after her, which I thought was a little bit different request. But the last time another farm named an animal after me, they butchered it the next day.
That's funny.
Well, we did not butcher Lucy.
No.
Lucy just went to another farm.
Yeah. So Joni says she's thinking about college or AP classes. Tell them about what she was invited to, because I'll get that all messed up.
Well, the name is different now than when I went.
Okay.
So I'm just going to have to call it what it was when I went.
That's probably what a lot of them would know it as.
So she got an invitation to the National Youth Leadership Forum on Medicine. Or that's what it was called when I went. And that was, I don't know, 1975 or something like that, when I was a junior in high school. But you didn't catch that.
I was way before my time.
I was not
75. Is that what you said? You were born in 77.
Good morning, Zoe. I was joking.
I was like, okay.
But it's for high school kids that are considering a career in medicine.
Yeah. You have to be invited. And
you were invited by scoring and things like that.
So you
were going to be a doctor. Yes,
Yes, he was.
I was. I actually was.
Go tell him.
No.
Just tell him.
I I had an offer for my internship already at Holy Cross Trauma Center in Washington, D.C. Nick, you are old. Yes, I know, Susan.
So she did get invited to that, but we did pass for this year only because it's so expensive.
It is incredibly expensive.
She really wants to be.
She has other things she wants to do.
Yeah, she wants to be a sonographer, and that would be a good experience to have under her belt. But it might be something that she can work towards for next year.
Claudia said, my daughter was born in 77, my son in 75. Well, I was born in 77. I was joking when I said that. Loretta said, I was about to say, Nick, you're younger than I am, and I was born in 75. But yeah, she did get the invitation.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her that was a big deal. And she said, was it worth it? And I said, I can't tell you that it was or wasn't because I didn't go into medicine.
Right.
I did make connections there that had me lined out for the possibility of an internship, but I went to Washington, D.C., and that's where the internship would be. So she would be, was Boston?
Yes.
I think there were several options, and I think Boston was the one she was leaning toward, but there's other things she wants to do instead. So it was an honor for her to be invited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So she does now. At this age, you start getting offers for colleges, and they start reaching out. And she's gotten several. And she always says, "Is this a good place?" I think she might have come in, and so
Neil said, I was beamed down in 1967. We got a 64 there with Mary Beth. Anna said, I'm old enough to be your mother. What is a Zapha Bibelbrox?
So you missed all that.
I have no idea what that is. Oh
Neil
my gosh.
said if he had any animals, he would name them after the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy characters. I would love a goat named Slartibartfast. That's my kind of goat name.
Oh my gosh. Was that sonography or stenographer?
She wants to do
sonography. Not court reporter.
I could do that.
Best thing we did for our sons, AIM testing to see what career paths fit them. Scroll back up. The counselors read all the test results to you and your teenage kid. It's truly worth it.
We might need to look
I
into
can
that.
tell you that the testing to, hey, what would careers would fit you didn't work out because you changed your mind too many times.
People like you.
Geezer, not young, not dead, somewhere in between.
Well, you are very talented in many aspects.
Oh, thank you.
And so you have your opportunities are endless. So you are able to change up as much as you want to and still be able to adapt.
Yeah, but look where I ended up.
Hey, you've made a living.
I was pre-vet in college. I didn't get to finish school, though. Well, Tanya, I was in college and moved to another college right across your town. It made no sense whatsoever that I did it, but I did it.
Zaphod.
You just gonna have to go with it.
Bibelbrox
is a hitchhiker's character. What about what? Scroll up.
Tansy.
You are not good on the mouse.
Tansy. Mine said farmer, Christine said. Mine would say go back to school.
A kid I knew was a basketball player and ended up in economics, was rested in his career path, was tested as a knitting teacher.
Wow. Yes, sonography is someone that performs ultrasound.
He said, hey, Dean, come to add to the chaos.
Yeah.
My career path test said I should be a septic tank pumper or animal sanitation expert. I picked the
I can relate.
if I took a test
Hey,
and it told
Dar.
me I needed to pump septic tanks, I'm kicking whoever that is testing me in the teeth. Because as much as we've had to deal with people that have that job, I can't imagine how they do it.
Rayanne said testing there was always girls secretary, boys electrician.
Zoe isn't great on the mouse because she's used to goats. No, it's because she's using her right hand and she's left-handed. She can't do anything with her right hand.
Except cut with scissors.
Also wanted to be a vet, but I'm not good with sick animals.
Yeah, I get that. Did you say hello to Dar?
I did not. Hello, Dar from South Florida. I missed something else.
Look, you just wait for me to get rid of that mouse.
Stroll down. I got my degree in law, but bailed because the system is just beyond repair.
Yeah.
I had a counselor try to influence me into going into law, and you have lost your mind.
You would be good. You like to argue.
Zoe, we're the only ones in our right minds.
That's right, because we're left-handed. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Kimberly Kelly wanted to be a comedian. Zoe tries to be a comedian. She's just not funny.
I don't try. It just comes naturally.
Tom has pulled a Zoe, yawned, and
tootled off the bed. I bet she said toddle.
I want to tootle off the bed.
I tootle off the bed all the time.
I forget how young
they are, babies.
They are.
I'm only 2 years older than
Natalie was born in 93. I graduated high school in 96. Good gracious. And the bad part is I was one of the oldest kids in my class. I should have graduated in 95. Wow. Londa said, Nico, I've got shoes older than you. I can't say that, but my goodness. Tanya graduated in 94. John said, what do you do for a living? I spent a very long time in maintenance. I was maintenance in power plants. And now I just plan the maintenance. I'm off my tools and sit on my butt.
Yep.
In 1983, I did a class report on how I wanted to start a YouTube channel. All these years later, here I am still not killing it. Did they have YouTube?
They didn't even have YouTube then.
Lorraine said, I graduated in 75.
Well,
Claudia said, I graduated in 70. That would be the same year my dad graduated.
This would be my 20 years out of high school.
No, Daddy graduated in 71 and Mama in 72, I think. It's either 70 and 71 or 71 and 72. She ain't on
here. She can tell you.
She could have let me know.
Did you hear what
Graduated
I said?
in 1990, but that was my 4th degree.
Wow. This would be my 20-year reunion this year, 2025.
John is a retired lineman. Well, John, I just make it. But I have got a ton of buddies that are linemen.
Oh, yeah.
Sarah finally showed up. Hello, Sarah.
Mary Beth.
I know, I'm late.
Her middle grandson wants to be the president.
Mary Beth, he can have it. There ain't no way in the world I would be the president. Claudia said, I could be your mom. There's lots of people on here said they could be my mom, but none of y'all would adopt me.
Your mom would happily turn that over.
I went back a few times to graduate, but I did it in 89. At
least you did it.
That's when my mom graduated college, was in 89.
Neil said if they had YouTube in 83, it would have taken a week for a YouTube short to show up.
That's a fact. I was supposed to be a 96 graduate like you. For some reason, my school thought I should wait till 97.
That's funny.
If mine was being an October birthday, I had to start a year late. So I was always older than everybody else in the grade with me. There were 3 of us that had October birthdays, and we were always the oldest.
Chance is the oldest because his birthday's at the end of August. And the cutoff is the middle of August. So he had to wait till the next.
I could be your older sister, not the mom.
Christine said you won't come to Canada.
I would go to Canada. Then I could ice fish in Canada. Probably. Go ahead.
Because we all know your middle name is Trouble. I just told Rhett what your middle name was today.
Did you tell him something true, or did you just make something up?
Oh. And he was like, "That's his name?" Yes.
I was a draftsman for a power company, drawing structural and mechanical blueprints from 80 to 94. I married an engineer that worked there, and he still does work there, 43 years.
Nick had to fix engineers' problems.
That's what mechanics say we do. Fix the engineer's mistakes. You can't say it too loud, though, because all our bosses are engineers.
Yeah, and they might watch.
But she said he does still work there 43 years. Wow. I think, I'm trying to remember if it was 41 or 43. Daddy had 41 years and 7 months or 43 years and 7 months when he retired. Long time. I have no plans of being there that long. My plan is to retire and work full time at the farm, but whether I pull that off or not, I don't know. I was born 10/12, same day as Pavarotti, but a different year. Mine is 10/10. Tanya was held back because of December.
Johnny said, "Yep, those in the field do fix the drawings."
When I graduated, walking across the stage, they called out my name. All the teachers looked at each other and said, "Who is that?" That was not an issue. All my teachers definitely knew my name. My husband was the head of the tradesmen that rebuilt the Bruce Power nuclear power plant in Ontario, Canada.
Wow.
Yes, Claudia, we are Libras. I am only 2 days off.
I am an Aquarius.
The biggest problem most products these, I don't know, is that people who design them have never had to service them. Well, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Was, how did you think I was going to work on this?
Yeah.
Susan said her son is 10/17 and Sue's is 10/20.
You always say it looks better on paper, but when you actually have to be crawling around and messing with it and stuff,
Jody said you could come here to Minnesota and ice fish. That's why I've been trying to talk Sarah into taking me ice fishing.
She will. She's trying to talk you to come on.
I don't know when in the world I would go to a frozen Minnesota. I don't know how I would ever get up there. As soon as it starts freezing, we have everything to happen here, like babies trying to be born. My 50th high school reunion is this Saturday. It's supposed to have been October 5th, but we had Hurricane Helene come through. In Georgia, September the 27th.
My birthday is on the 26th, so that's what, next Saturday? No, 2 Sundays from now. Can you believe it?
I could tell you how to get to anywhere in town except schoolhouse. Dean was trouble.
I do my ice fishing in the local store's freezer department.
You will need to make the farm pay for itself so you can retire. Maybe you should get some more chickens and steers to grow out. Lorraine, you are right on. The whole point of the farm was always supposed to be that every animal had to have a job and to make money. And now we've ended up with Zoe having a bunch of pets. So I'm hoping if the YouTube channel keeps growing, that maybe I can get to the farm. And yes, we still need a profitable farm, but hopefully that would help.
Right.
I do my eyes. Oh, you read that one. The office staff knew me better than the teachers. Sarah, I can see that being the issue for you.
Gina said my mom always told me growing up my birthday was on 11/31. It took me until 6th grade to figure out she was lying to me my whole life so she didn't have to throw me a birthday party.
We should have done that with Rhett. I'm retired. I was tired before and I'm tired again.
Gina's got a bunch of pets they can send our way.
That's exactly what I've ended up with.
I hope it has humps. I hope it has
No!
humps.
We ain't building fence for no camel.
I still hope it has humps.
So we still do the chickens, the broiler chickens, and that's okay.
They're seasonal.
The most profitable thing we ever had was the pigs, and that's what we got rid of.
Well, we had to. We don't live on our farm.
It was too labor intensive to deal with, but it was definitely the most profitable. She needs the pets to keep her sanity. Sarah, it's way too late for that.
She says good quality alpaca fiber is worth money. Alpaca yarn is expensive.
That's what Londa keeps telling me, Meg, but I hadn't seen any money out of them alpacas yet. I need to come up and show you how to make money with your alpaca fiber and poop. Now, I do have some really good ideas with the poop.
Yes.
Londa. There's a guy that's not too far away. That'll be a conversation for a different day, but he did tell me, and he sells alpaca tea. And he said it's phenomenal for your garden, and he told me exactly what to do.
Lorraine said the pigs were good until they went to visit the neighbors.
Yes,
exactly.
Lorraine, that is exactly it.
When they realized the neighbors have fun too, that became an issue.
When one finally got really smart and we couldn't keep her in, then everybody else started going with her, and we had major issues. It was time to do something. Zoe doesn't need a camel. She just has to mention it to get Nick's back. It caused a hump in my back when you mentioned getting a camel. Yeah, Londa, he told me exactly how to do that, and he is doing very well with it. So I've got a plan for that. We just haven't done it yet. But the alpaca fibers, we're going to need some help with.
My wheels are turning.
I agree as an unpaid employee and unofficial board member. I agree with the camel.
See? All in favor, say aye. And the chestnuts have spoken.
None of them said aye.
Hold on just a second.
If I lived next door, I would invite the pigs over for breakfast. That's exactly what we thought was going to happen. Thought Zoe wanted a moose.
Yeah.
Anna, there is no way you can fence in a moose. Not at our place.
It can go in with the camel.
I'm a retired teacher of music. 30 years, but I still sing opera or anything in the tri-state area.
Oh, wow. That's pretty awesome.
That is awesome. I can't even begin to think about singing opera.
Would you like me to try?
No, I do not. I've been to the opera.
Sarah said aye.
But please don't do it. Sarah's only one. Journey said moose or camel?
Both.
Why can't Zoe
Sarah
have a dwarf camel?
She said aye.
Why can't Zoe have a dwarf camel?
See?
I'm really not a fan of Wednesdays, even though it's hump day. Judy was already late. Now she got to go.
Yeah, well,
It's time. It's time for all of us to go. We made it through with crappy internet and a crappy camera and better sound, so we can live with that.
We did it.
We
did it.
Sign off.
Okay. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Maybe we'll have baby goats by then. We'll have to go in there and stimulate her milk bags or something.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.